Welcome to Deep Dive on Location. This is our first on location shoot. We are at the site of Day at the Lake, which is coming up in a little over a week.
Yep.
So we wanted to take you to the site and just see a little bit about what what it looks like and what could be happening here in a couple weeks. So I wanted to start with, why don't you just tell us how this event got started?
Oh man, years ago, I think it was 2013, 2014, somewhere around that time frame. There were some men that were coming together and just we were talking about an event, and we thought one was a guy named Ken Fenstermayer who's gone to be with the Lord, and he was just kind of like, we were talking about fishing, and he loved fishing, and he wished he could use it. And so a guy by the name of Patrick Maxwell, who now lives in Alabama and calls me every once in a while, we have a great time together. Patrick called me and he said, "Hey Chuck, I've got an idea." So all these ideas kind of merged at one time, and we went out, and I think it was Ken, my buddy Gene, my buddy John, and then Patrick, and he worked for LifePath, and he brought a man with him who had disabilities, and it's really interesting. It was a really interesting lunch because this man just had some things going on that in a restaurant would cause a lot of issues. But I just watched these men, and they cared for him, and then we started pitching what we wanted to do. What was interesting after that lunch, when I realized, okay, this is going to become a reality, is he sat down and he played a perfect piece of classical music on the piano. So it just kind of showed us there's so much more to people with disabilities, and how can we serve them? And knowing that it's in the mid-90% of people who don't go to church, who have children or older children who have disabilities. So we got this idea for Day at the Lake. It actually was called Catch the Fins. It was actually called Catch the Fins first, and we came here about a year after being here. And this is our partner. They partner with us in ministry here at Blue Mountain Fish and Game Association. And she came to me like a year later and said, "Hey, can we call it Day at the Lake? We always called it Day at the Lake." So we switched it. We developed the logo. We're doing Day at the Lake. So we've done Day at the Lake for many years now, and the idea is to get the family out, or get, in the case of LifePath, which is an organization that works with people, adults with disabilities, and children with disabilities, to get them outside and to just have a lot of fun, fish. When they catch their fish, they can take them home with them if they want. There's a place over there with food and just a lot of stuff going on. There's stuff that they sell in kind of a silent auction. But this lake, I've seen this lake filled with people, and the idea was to do ministry, to have an event where we as a church can get involved in that ministry. And guys like to fish, and there's ladies that like to fish, and they come out here, and it's just in the morning until early afternoon. And God's really blessed it. There's been so many opportunities. I looked through the pictures through the years, and there have been hundreds of people that have come through on this event that have had a day, and the gratitude about it is just amazing, from families and people who work with them all the time.
So this is a way that we can just love on those families, because when you said, I think I want to make sure I clarify something. You said 95% don't go to church. That doesn't mean they don't have a faith. It's just that traditionally, in church has not been very cooperative or convenient or for people to come to. So this is a way we can minister to that community and say, we are here, we care for you. So that this is a cool way to step into their lives and provide something that's just a great day of fun. So I'm imagining this whole place full of people catching fish. I remember going to trout rodeos with my dad growing up, and everybody catching. This is gonna be awesome. So what is it? Maybe not a exact story. But what is it that you love about this event?
It's an event where people come and everybody has a good time, and Christ is glorified in everything. And when people use their gifts, like my buddy Gene will play his bagpipes to open it up. There'll be somebody who'll sing national anthem, and then we'll just see people. There'll be an army out here that'll be working with people, making sure they're fishing, making sure. Just the stories that I enjoy is I've seen people at this event from our church, and even bringing their friends that I've never seen at any other event, where they go, "Man, this is in my wheelhouse. I love to fish." They get excited, they get their best fishing jacket on, they're ready to go. But just loving our neighbor, And it's been so awesome because I'll be going through a store or something, and somebody will notice me even after all these years and mention Day at the Lake, or I'll be wearing a t-shirt and they'll mention Day at the Lake. And the partnership of Blue Mountain Fish and Game Association, they don't have to do this.
Yeah.
They have partnered with us. They have been incredible partners. Same mission, just to serve people that day. We'll have organizations like Make-A-Wish here, Johnny and Friends, Life Path, Easter Seals. There's going to be a bunch of organizations represented here, and it's just an opportunity to just love your neighbor and just to be there and to engage them. And there's been some great stories where, I remember one day we were leaving, and I don't think I was hugged as much as I had ever been as people were walking out. And we do it for those with disabilities, but there's so many people that are involved in their lives that come, and they feel so ministered to. So it's a good day for the church, good day for Blue Mountain Fish and Game Association, and a good time for God as we glorify Him, because this is gorgeous. It's a beautiful place.
I think there's this phrase that I keep coming across, and I've told you a couple of times. It's not about the event; it's about the moments at that event. The moments where Christ is glorified, where somebody understands that God loves them, that somebody feels that connection, where somebody is really just kind of having like a mountaintop, like this is so much fun kind of moment. Like all those things are what it's about, all pointing back to glorifying God. And that's just such a great way to step in. And I love I love that this is the way to use people's gifts. There's people that love this stuff, and it's not like it's not something we do a lot of. There's not a lot of use for fishing gifts in the church.
Well, and there's teams, the fishing guys and the teams with, we got John in there cooking, and he's been doing it for years. Cheryl is just amazing with the auction. There's going to be a great auction this year. Don't miss out on that. And just the ladies who do, Vicky's down there doing welcoming everybody. I mean, there's nothing like watching a van come over that hill and knowing there's some people inside that are going to have a day they're never going to forget.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And all for the glory of God.
So as we wrap up our time here, if they're watching this video and they want to get involved, how can they get involved? What do we need yet? What are you looking for still?
Okay, well, we always need people to be praying for the event. And even on the day of the event, they can't be there. And one thing somebody can do if they can't be there is a gift card or a basket or something that can be used at the silent auction. And then on site, we have, we call it fun, food, and family, and something like that, where the food is over there. We have a team that does that. There are people milling around all the time. The fun side of it is you may not want to bait a hook, but you want to be around the people and just encouraging them. Just going around and meeting people. We'll have Tootsie the Clown here, and there'll be other things going on, and lots of music and lots of fun. And then the last one, and we need probably about 20 to 30 to 40 of these, is and these we can use as many as we can. But the last one is fishing. You can actually fish with them. You gotta know how to bait a hook.
And that's called a host, right?
That's called a host, and we have openings for all of them. And we just want everybody to take part and really just engage these moments and get excited about what God's doing. I did have one lady, she emailed me a couple weeks ago, and she says, I can't believe this event is available for my kid. And that made me realize that we're continuing to do the right thing by doing this event, and God's at work. So be a part of it. Yeah. Come be a part of one of the big events we have as a church throughout the year.
So if you want to sign up or get more information, you can go to fbcatown.com/DAL. That has the ways to sign up to volunteer. And at the bottom, there's a link if you want to sign up to attend. So be praying for this event. We are excited to come to you a couple weeks from now telling you stories about this event. And we look forward to what's happening. Thanks for joining us today, and have a great week.
God bless you.